If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. Rumors are swirling in NFL circles, and folks, if what we're hearing is even partially true, it could shake up the league in a massive way. Imagine this: SHEDEUR Sanders, the highly touted quarterback and son of Coach Prime himself, could be on the move again, and this time, the destination isn't college football. It's right into the heart of NFL steel. That's right, whispers around the league suggest that SHEDEUR might be eyeing an exit from the Cleveland Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers could be his next home. Now, nothing's official, of course, but these kinds of whispers don't come out of nowhere. There's been some tension behind the scenes, some strategic maneuvering. And when you connect the dots, the possibility of SHEDEUR suiting up in black and gold next season starts to feel a little too real to ignore. Let's dig into the why, the how, and the what if of it all. First off, let's talk about SHEDEUR's situation in Cleveland. After being drafted amid massive hype, the expectations were sky high. The Browns had a plan, or at least that's what they said. But anyone watching this season knows something feels off. The offense is disjointed. The coaching staff hasn't figured out how to unlock SHEDEUR's dual threat potential, and honestly, it looks like he's being forced into a system that doesn't fit his style. We're not saying he's unhappy. He's a professional, and he's been saying all the right things in press conferences. But body language doesn't lie. The frustration is there. Combine that with a fan base that's notoriously impatient and a front office that's been anything but consistent in recent years, and you've got the perfect recipe for a young quarterback to start looking at the exit signs. Especially if there's a franchise out there ready to build around him. Enter the Pittsburgh Steelers. A storied franchise, a team that knows how to develop talent and win. A team that's been in a bit of a QB limbo themselves since Ben Roethlisberger retired. Sure, they've tried to make it work with Kenny Pickett. They flirted with a couple of other options, but let's be honest, the Steelers haven't had that spark at quarterback in a while. And from what insiders are saying, Pittsburgh has quietly been keeping tabs on SHEDEUR. Not officially, not publicly, but in the NFL, silence is often more telling than noise. The word around the scouting rooms is that Mike Tomlin is a big admirer of SHEDEUR's poise, his leadership, and his ability to create magic under pressure. Pair that with the Steelers' tradition of hard-nosed football and smart offensive minds, and you start to see why this rumor's picking up steam. But hold on, how would this even work? After all, SHEDEUR's still under contract with the Browns. A mid-season trade seems unlikely, but we're not talking about a typical situation here. There are murmurs, and I stress murmurs, that Cleveland might be open to moving SHEDEUR if the right offer came along. Remember, the Browns have never been shy about making bold moves. If they decide to pivot and go after a veteran QB, maybe someone who's suddenly available on the market, that could open the door. Or maybe there's something deeper. Maybe SHEDEUR's camp is already exploring ways to make an early exit happen, leveraging performance clauses, or even going the route of requesting a trade under the radar. It wouldn't be the first time a young QB took control of his own destiny. And in this era of player empowerment, don't rule anything out. Now let's talk fit. SHEDEUR in Pittsburgh, that's a vibe. The Steelers are built for a quarterback like him, mobile, confident, unafraid to take risks, and with a flair for the dramatic. Imagine SHEDEUR lining up behind center with George Pickens stretching the field, Najee Harris pounding through the line, and that elite defense keeping him in games. That's a playoff caliber squad today, and with SHEDEUR in the mix, you're talking about a legitimate contender in the AFC. Not to mention, the city of Pittsburgh would embrace a charismatic, confident leader like SHEDEUR. He's the kind of player who could become the face of the franchise for a decade. And let's not forget the marketing side. Coach Prime's son, lighting up Heinz Field, bringing swagger back to the black and gold. That's box office gold. Plain and simple, of course. Not everyone's buying into the idea just yet. Some insiders say it's all smoke, that SHEDEUR is committed to the Browns and just needs more time. But here's the thing, rumors like this don't die quietly. If the Steelers really want him, and if SHEDEUR wants out, there are always ways to make it happen. NFL history is full of trades and shakeups that seemed impossible until they weren't. Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, even Tom Brady. We've seen huge QB moves before. So why not SHEDEUR? The timing feels right. The pieces are moving. And when multiple league sources start dropping the same name in connection with the same team, you'd be a fool not to pay attention. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season, And let's talk about the why now. Timing is everything, with the Browns entering yet another cycle of rebuilding or rethinking their strategy. SHEDEUR might not want to waste his prime years in limbo. He's already proven himself at Colorado. He's handled the spotlight like a pro. And now it's about legacy. Going to the Steelers could give him what every great QB wants, a shot at rings. Pittsburgh is a franchise that knows how to win. They've got the infrastructure, they've got the culture, and they've got the need. SHEDEUR stepping into that environment might be exactly what both he and the franchise need to take that next step, and from a strategic standpoint, it's a move that could shift the balance of power in the AFC North. What does Coach Prime think? That's the wild card in all this. Deion Sanders has always been deeply involved in SHEDEUR's journey as a coach, a father, and a mentor. If Deion believes Pittsburgh is the best place for SHEDEUR to flourish, you can bet that conversation is happening behind the scenes, and don't underestimate Deion's influence in NFL circles. He's respected, he's connected, and he knows how to make things happen. If he starts nudging this in a certain direction, even subtly, teams are going to listen. And if Deion believes Cleveland isn't the right fit anymore, that could accelerate everything. This isn't just about a player moving teams. This could be about the Sanders brand making its next big move. So what's next? That's the million-dollar question. For now, everything's hush-hush. No official statements. No tweets from SHEDEUR or his camp. The Browns aren't saying a word. And the Steelers are playing it cool, as always. But the NFL is never quiet for long. Training camp is just around the corner, and if something's going to happen, you'll start seeing the tea leaves, maybe a cryptic Instagram post, maybe SHEDEUR skipping an optional workout, or maybe, out of nowhere, a breaking news alert hits your phone and changes everything. Until then, all we can do is watch, speculate, and stay ready. Because if SHEDEUR Sanders really is about to make the jump from Cleveland to Pittsburgh, it's not just a story, it's a seismic shift, and if it does happen, oh boy, get ready for the NFL to look a whole lot different. A new rivalry in the AFC North. A fresh QB face leading the Steelers. A Browns organization left scrambling for answers. And a football world watching every snap SHEDEUR takes in the Steel City. Whether you love him or doubt him, one thing's for sure, SHEDEUR moves the needle. And if he really is heading to Pittsburgh, this league and this rivalry just got a whole lot more interesting. Stay tuned, because this one's not going away anytime soon. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!